Welcome to this deep dive.
Yeah.
We're going to be exploring the impact of AI on jobs,
Right.
especially for Black Americans.
Right.
I mean, it's a topic that's generating a lot of buzz out there these days.
For sure.
And honestly,
Yeah.
a fair bit of anxiety, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've all heard those stories about, robots taking over.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's understandable that I think
Right.
the reality is a little more nuanced than just jobs disappearing. It's more about jobs transforming.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of what we're going to unpack today,
Okay.
using a YouTube video from AI Mastery as our guide.
Perfect. And, we are particularly grateful to William, the founder of BAM,
Yes.
for sponsoring this episode.
Absolutely.
He knows firsthand how crucial it is to be prepared for these changes that AI is bringing.
For sure.
And his company, Business Automation Management, it's
Yeah.
all about empowering people through this shift.
Yeah.
You can find out more about BAM at www.bam4u.biz or by calling 1-754-242-7342.
Great resources.
So thank you, William, for making this conversation possible.
Yes. Thank you, William, for your support.
So let's get into this video.
Yeah. Let's dive in.
It analyzes recent job market trends
Okay.
and makes some predictions about which fields will be most affected in the coming years.
Interesting.
And I have to say, some of the findings are pretty surprising.
I agree.
The impact of AI isn't always where you might expect.
Definitely not.
Like, who would have thought that writing would be one of the first fields to feel the heat? Right.
Yeah.
The video starts with data from Upwork,
Okay.
which is a huge freelancing platform.
Right.
And they found that writing jobs actually dropped by a whopping 33% after ChatGPT came on the scene.
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
dramatic shift.
Right.
And it really highlights how quickly AI is evolving and
Yeah.
disrupting traditional industries.
Yeah.
ChatGPT's ability to generate decent writing quickly
Right.
makes it a very appealing tool for businesses looking to cut costs or increase their content output.
It's almost like that starving artist trope is becoming obsolete.
Right.
But seriously, though, even if you're not a writer, this should be a wake-up call.
Yeah.
It shows how quickly AI is changing the game across the board.
Absolutely. This isn't just about writers needing to adapt.
Mhm.
It's about everyone understanding that the skills we need to thrive in the future are changing.
So what you're saying is that even fields that are currently seeing job growth, like graphic design or video editing,
Yeah.
might not be immune to AI's influence in the long run.
That's precisely the point.
Right.
Think about OpenAI's Sora.
Okay.
That's a new AI tool that can create incredibly realistic videos from text prompts.
Wow.
That kind of technology has the potential to disrupt video production on a massive scale.
Yeah.
Even big names like Tyler Perry are taking notice.
Right.
He actually put plans for a studio expansion on hold because of the potential impact of AI tools like Sora.
Wow, if Tyler Perry is concerned, things are getting serious. But it begs the question, if AI can write, design, and even make videos,
Yeah.
what jobs are even safe?
That's a valid concern, but
Yeah.
here's the key takeaway.
Okay.
AI is a tool,
Right.
and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Yeah.
It's up to us as humans to figure out how to leverage it effectively to become the people who with AI,
Mhm.
not against it.
So it's less about fearing the robot takeover.
Right.
And more about figuring out how to partner with these new technologies.
Precisely, and that partnership will require us to develop new skills
Yeah.
and ways of thinking.
Right.
This isn't just about individual adaptation.
Yeah.
It's about a societal shift in how we approach work education and even creativity.
Okay, so we're starting to see how this AI revolution isn't just an isolated phenomenon. It's a global force that's going to reshape economies and societies around the world.
Exactly. And the video highlights that impact by comparing how AI will affect different countries.
Right.
It's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
Yeah, the video mentioned that AI is expected to impact about 60% of jobs in developed nations, 40% in developing nations, and only 26% in low-income nations.
Right.
That's a pretty big discrepancy.
Yeah.
What accounts for that difference?
Well, it comes down to the types of jobs that are prevalent in each type of economy.
Okay.
Developed nations rely heavily on high-skilled jobs, many of which are susceptible to automation.
Right.
But at the same time, those developed nations also have more resources to invest in AI and adopt it effectively.
So you're saying that developed nations might have more to lose in terms of job displacement,
Yeah.
but they also have more to gain in terms of harnessing AI's potential.
Yeah, and that's where the concern about a widening gap comes in.
Right.
If developed nations are able to leverage AI to boost productivity and innovation,
Yeah.
while developing nations struggle to keep up, the economic disparities between them could become even greater.
That's a sobering thought. It really underscores how important it is to be aware of the broader implications of AI, not just on a personal level, but on a global scale.
It's a global conversation we need to be having.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of specific jobs that are likely to be impacted,
Okay.
the video goes on to list the top 10 jobs that are most likely to be replaced or heavily transformed by AI in the next few years.
And let me tell you, some of the jobs on that list are pretty unexpected.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to hear about them?
Absolutely. Let's delve into those surprising at-risk jobs.
Okay.
The video's list really highlights the variety of professions AI is poised to impact.
Like we were talking about earlier with Sora and video editors, some of these are pretty unexpected. Pharmacists, for example.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought AI would be dispensing meds anytime soon.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not about replacing pharmacists entirely, but rather about AI taking on those repetitive tasks. Imagine robots handling prescription filling, which then frees up pharmacists for more complex duties like personalized patient care.
So instead of counting pills, they can actually have more meaningful interactions with patients.
It's like AI is handling the robot work, so pharmacists can be more human.
Precisely. And this trend of AI automating routine tasks is something we see across many professions.
Yeah.
It frees up humans for the more creative, strategic, and interpersonal aspects of their work.
Okay, so pharmacists might be safe for now at least. What about other jobs on the list?
Sure.
The video mentioned data entry being heavily impacted, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Think about all those jobs involving inputting information, processing invoices, managing databases. AI can do that much faster and more accurately than a human.
I can see how that would be a huge benefit for businesses,
Right.
especially in terms of efficiency and reducing errors.
Right. Increased efficiency often translates to lower costs.
Yeah,
Which makes AI adoption a no-brainer for many companies.
right.
But of course, the downside is that those data entry jobs start to disappear.
And what about drivers? Self-driving cars have been a topic of discussion for years. Is AI finally going to make that a reality? It's getting closer every day. The video highlights how AI is expected to advance to the point where it can safely operate vehicles, not just cars, but taxis, trucks, even buses without human intervention.
Wow, that would be a massive shift for the transportation industry, not to mention all the people who drive for a living.
Exactly. Taxi drivers, truck drivers, delivery drivers.
Right.
All of those jobs could be significantly impacted in the coming decade.
Okay, so we've got pharmacists adapting data entry and driving jobs at risk. What else is on the chopping block of the video? Mentioned cashiers, didn't it?
Yes, and we're already seeing this happening with self-checkout systems and automated ordering kiosks.
I use those all the time.
Yeah,
They're definitely convenient and usually faster than waiting in line.
right. And as those technologies become more sophisticated, the traditional role of a cashier taking payments, giving change, processing transactions
Yep.
will likely become less common.
It's a little bittersweet, though. Those cashier jobs were often entry-level positions that help people get a foot in the door to the workforce.
That's a valid point, and it highlights the need for retraining and upskilling programs
Yeah.
to help people transition into new roles as AI takes over those entry-level tasks.
Speaking of jobs disappearing, what about travel agents? With all the online booking platforms, are they going the way of the dinosaurs too?
The video suggests that travel agents are definitely being impacted by AI and online booking platforms.
Yeah.
When people can easily compare and book flights, hotels, and vacation packages themselves, the need for traditional travel agents decreases.
That makes sense. I haven't used a travel agent in years. Why would I when I can do it all online?
Exactly. And AI is going to make those online platforms even more powerful. Imagine AI systems that can analyze your travel preferences, suggest personalized options, and even handle the entire booking process for you.
So you're thinking that travel agents might have to become more specialized, maybe catering to a niche market of travelers who want that human touch and a highly personalized experience.
Exactly. They'll need to offer something unique that AI can't easily replicate.
Okay, so cashiers, travel agents, data entry drivers. This list is getting long. What other professions did the AI Mastery video highlight?
Well, it doesn't stop there. The video also mentioned manufacturing workers, farmers, and even journalists as being at risk.
Wait, journalists really? How can AI possibly replace a journalist?
It's not necessarily about replacing them entirely, but more about automating certain tasks that journalists currently do. For instance, AI can already write basic news reports like sports scores or stock market updates. It can also analyze massive amounts of data to identify trends, which could change the landscape of data-driven journalism.
So AI could be writing some of our news in the future that's a bit unsettling.
It's definitely something to consider, and it brings up a lot of questions about bias and algorithms, accuracy, and the importance of human judgment in journalism.
This is all starting to feel a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's like AI is coming for everyone's jobs.
I understand why you might feel that way, but remember, it's not just about jobs disappearing. It's
Yeah.
about them evolving.
Okay, so how do we adapt to this constantly evolving job market? What skills do we need to develop to not just survive, but thrive in this new AI-driven world, especially as Black Americans who already face systemic barriers?
That's the crucial question, and it's something we're going to explore in more detail in the final part of our deep dive.
Sounds good, listeners. Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll discuss strategies for navigating this new landscape and thriving in the age of AI.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about the jobs that might be on the chopping block.
Right.
What about the skills that will be in high demand in this AI-driven world?
Yeah.
What can we do to make ourselves, AI resilient, especially as Black Americans? We need to be proactive about this.
You're absolutely right. And while there's no magic bullet to become completely AI-proof, we
Right.
can certainly focus on developing skills that are hard for AI to replicate.
Okay, give us the inside scoop.
Yeah.
What are those must-have skills?
One of the most crucial skills will be critical thinking.
Okay.
AI excels at processing information and following instructions. But it struggles with thinking outside the box, questioning assumptions, and solving those complex problems that need creativity and ingenuity.
So we need to become master problem solvers, but not just any kind of problem solving.
Yeah.
We need to be able to look at a situation from all angles and come up with innovative solutions that AI wouldn't even think of.
Exactly. That ability to analyze complex situations, identify patterns, and develop creative solutions will be incredibly valuable in a world where AI is handling the more routine tasks.
Got it. Critical thinking is key. What else?
Another essential skill, and this might surprise you, is emotional intelligence.
Really, I thought AI was getting pretty good at recognizing human emotions.
It's true that AI is improving in that area, but it's still a long way from truly understanding and empathizing with people.
Okay.
Sure, AI might be able to write a decent email, but it can't build rapport with a client, negotiate a deal, or lead a team effectively.
Right.
Those are skills that require empathy, communication, and strong relationship building skills, things that AI struggles with.
So as AI takes over more of the technical and routine tasks,
Right.
those human skills like communication and relationship building become even more important, like a balancing act.
Exactly. And this is where organizations like BAM can be incredibly valuable. They offer training programs that focus on developing those essential soft skills, along with providing support for Black entrepreneurs and business owners who are navigating this new landscape.
That's fantastic. William and his team at BAM are really committed to empowering Black Americans to not just survive, but thrive during this AI revolution. Sellers, I encourage you to check out their website at www.bam4u.biz or call them at 1-754-242-7342 to learn more about their programs.
It's all about being proactive and preparing for the future.
Right, so we've got critical thinking and emotional intelligence.
Yes.
What other superpowers do we need in our AI toolkit?
Creativity is going to be more important than ever. As AI automates more routine tasks, the ability to think outside the box, generate new ideas, and come up with innovative solutions will be highly valued.
So we need to tap into our inner artists, musicians and inventors.
You got it. And this doesn't mean everyone has to become a professional artist. It's about cultivating a creative mindset, being open to new possibilities, and not being afraid to experiment and take risks.
I love that. Okay, so we've got critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and creativity. Are we missing anything?
There are a few more practical skills that will be crucial. One is digital literacy.
Well, that's a given, right? We're living in a digital world.
True, but digital literacy goes beyond just knowing how to use a computer or a smartphone. It's about understanding how technology works, being able to adapt to new technologies quickly, and even learning how to code or work with AI systems directly.
So we need to be tech savvy, not tech phobic.
Exactly. And the good news is there are tons of resources out there to help people develop these skills: online courses, boot camps, community colleges, or something for everyone.
That's really encouraging, it sounds like. Adapting to this AI revolution is less about fearing the robots and more about embracing lifelong learning. We need to develop those uniquely human skills that make us valuable partners to AI, not just replaceable workers.
I couldn't agree more. This is an opportunity to rethink the way we work, to focus on what makes us uniquely human, and to create a future where humans and AI work together to solve some of the world's biggest challenges.
That's an inspiring vision, and I think it's a reminder that while this transition might feel daunting, it's also full of possibilities, especially for the Black community. This could be a chance to level the playing field and create a more equitable future.
Absolutely. The more informed and prepared we are, the better equipped we'll be to navigate this new landscape and create a future that benefits everyone.
Well said. So, listeners, that's our deep dive into the AI job reset and its impact on Black Americans. It's a complex and rapidly evolving landscape, but hopefully this conversation has given you some food for thought and some practical steps you can take to prepare for the future of work. Remember, AI is changing the world quickly, but it doesn't have to be the end of the world. By embracing lifelong learning, developing those uniquely human skills that AI can't replicate, and being proactive about our future, we can not only survive, but thrive in this new era.
And don't forget about the resources that are available to help you along the way. Organizations like BAM are dedicated to supporting Black Americans in navigating this new world.
Exactly. So don't be afraid to reach out for help, connect with others, and remember, you're not alone in this. The future is uncertain, but it's also full of possibilities. So go out there, embrace the challenge,